Hello and welcome to a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'm sure slowly but surely we'll get some viewers tuning in here. I see Tiger Noah enjoying himself poolside in the Tiger Buff, if you will. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Welcome everyone. You made it to the end of the week. And I am so happy to be live on this beautiful, beautiful day. Susan Mansa, hello. Good afternoon to you. Hope all is well wherever you are watching from. Daria's checking in. Hey, Daria. Beat you to it. I'll say hello first. Betty Winter. Glad to have you, Betty. Checking in from California. Feels like we're in California here in northern Minnesota. Just gorgeous, gorgeous weather. Might even get into the mid-70s today, so probably a little bit more mild than Cali. Lisa Wallstrom, happy Friday. Carrie Miller says a happy Friday as well. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Lisa. Marcy Sanborn, good afternoon. And you're stuck with me today. You're stuck with me. Olivia is out, my media cohort, off enjoying a long weekend. So too bad, so sad. Glad we get to have a little bit of a sanctuary stroll regardless. Faith Warner checking in. Hey Faith. Maria Vaughn. Karen Anderson, good morning. Good to be alive anywhere, says Karen Anderson. I hear that. Good day, Kathy and everyone. Kitties and Kiara, happy Friday. It is. And the moment, I kind of get out here for the live post. I'm like, it's not too windy. I brought my microphone, but maybe I'll put it on. So give me 1 second, folks, before I get this show on the road. You can go there. Because we're going to be strolling today, Noah, and I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Get this plugged in. Take that, wind. All right, everyone, let's see who else is here. Maria Stahl checking in. And like I said, Noah in the Tiger Buff, relaxing poolside. Tammy mentioned on her Wildcat wrap-up that just like you see here, you're going to start seeing a lot more pools either being laid in or around. Cats are really love taking advantage. The tigers primarily here at the Wildcat Sanctuary really love taking advantage of their pools, and many of the habitats having in-ground pools, tiger-sized pools, if you will. And I truly mean tiger-sized. Noah's one of our largest rescues, and he even looks like a little pea floating in a bowl of soup when he's in that big pool. So a big tiger like Noah deserves a big pool. Cool to think that a cat like Noah, who you might be able to tell, his back end is a little bit smaller than the front end of his body, and I don't mean to laugh like that, Mr. Noah. But in Noah's former life, he didn't get the type of exercise that a tiger needed, and so he lacks a little mobility in his back end, and being able to get in a pool, take some kind of pressure off those joints in his hind end means a lot. I think we all know how much the pool did for a cat like Mohan, who is one of our tigers with some major mobility issues. Him just being able to sit in that pool and get some relief on his hips, his knees, his joints, and his hind end went a long way. And I'm sure it goes a long way for a cat like Noah, too. Gentle giant Mr. Noah, says Faith. That is right. He certainly is a kind dude. Hey, Chizzy, checking in from Colorado Springs. I bet that's just marvelous. Maria Stahl saying, hey, Judson. Hey, Maria. Christina Perkis. Love that profile picture of Chupino, too. Good morning, Judson, Noah, and TWS. Another thing that I'm hoping to do on this live post that Tammy mentioned yesterday during her Wildcat wrap-up, and sponsors surely would have received an update, but Tigers Dimitri and Griffen of the Tiger Trio have moved, and I'm hoping to check in with them in their new habitat on today's Sanctuary Stroll. But I'm going to head around towards the back end of the habitat. Elizabeth, typically, and of course, we'll get a little bit of a Ukraine Lion Pride cameo in. always up to no good. Prada closest to us, Taras and the girls back on top of the platform. Maria Stahl asking, is Noah less orange or is that a trick of the light? You know, I think Noah, you know, first of all, I think as anyone, you know, could tell who follows us, there's a lot of kind of variations in the cub. You can think of Tiger Cub Indy. I think she's a very red and kind of almost rusty colored Tiger Cub. And then certainly, I think Noah just might have a little bit more of a lighter tone to his coat. So I could agree with you, Maria. And here's Elizabeth hanging out in one of her patented locations. I have this back zigzag shade structure here all over the habitat, but my point being, I am curious if she gets some entertainment out of Blaze and Aspen, two cougars across the way. I'm wondering if maybe that's also why she chooses this area. Let me catch up on some comments. KDT saying, I see the Ukraine pride. Up to no good. Faith enjoyed the sunset stroll last night. That's right. Really, you guys really are stuck here with me. We did a fun little sanctuary stroll at the end of the day, starting off the day with another sanctuary stroll, but that sunset one, always fun. Emily Rose, happy Friday to everyone. Happy Friday to you, Emily, and thanks for shouting that out. I hope everyone has some fun weekend plans. It is crazy busy in the best way possible here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Garden teams, different crew days coming. Certainly, I think we're still going to be having some Catio Town construction happening over the week. Right now, it is kind of dirt day, if you will. We're moving. What I was told at Huddle today, Miss Elizabeth, 60 trucks of dirt will be entering the sanctuary gates to be dropped off to prepare kind of the foundation of laying down before we lay down the concrete slab. So not only do we have crew days, but certainly Catio Town construction taking place, and then your regular old kind of caretaking to-dos that happen over the weekend as well. So busy weekend, and I like busy weekends, so I hope everyone has a fun and full weekend ahead of them as well. Let's see here. Just catching up on a few comments here, everyone. The weather looks beautiful, says KDT. It certainly is. It is a marvelous, marvelous day. Nice to see a cat like Elizabeth. She says, hey, I'm seeking out the shade right now. Or Noah, he says, I'm getting some vitamin D and lots of it. MJ checking in from PH. And Philippines, maybe, if I'm mistaken, I apologize. Shame on me for not knowing. I see you attached your flag as well. But regardless, glad to have you, MJ. Thanks for tuning in live. Karen J. Anderson right above MJ asking, who decides all the great names? That's a great question, Karen. And, typically it really depends. A lot of the cats truthfully come with given names, and we typically will kind of keep that. And sometimes cats don't come with names, and we love offering maybe the opportunity for you, our supporters, to name our rescues. Other times, for maybe those who are on rescue, they get to come together and name some of the cats. There's also variations where we think of Winona and Marcus, for example. Well, Winona was, by her former owners, was called Woney because she won't do anything, or wouldn't listen. And then Marcus was called Marky because he would mark you up. So both kind of negative connotations to their names, and so us putting a little bit of a more positive spin, if you will, and going with Marcus and Winona over Marky and Woney. And pretty cool, speaking of names, Snow and Storm, right across the way, were actually named by an elementary school class here in Minnesota, Concord Elementary in Edina, Minnesota. So it's a great question, and kind of a bigger answer than I thought. Sometimes the cats come with given names. Sometimes we will give them names. Sometimes you get to give them names, and sometimes we'll make little alterations from their names prior. All right, bear with me. We are kind of on the outside edge of where the internet can be a little snippy with me. But hopefully we can get some good Blaze hangouts here. Cougar Blaze enjoying himself. Hey Shari, glad to have you with us on this live. Jamie Fry saying, hi Judson. Hey Jamie, happy Friday. Looking through a few more comments here. Kathy Barton, I'll go back. I might have to get out of Dodge, but can everyone hear me? It was showing that I wasn't having any audio, so hopefully everyone can hear. But here's Cougar Blaze. I'll get back to Daria mentioning or hear the name of the new area, Sushi's area in the bobcat habitat. I'm excited too. The staff and interns will be voting over this weekend, and I think next week we will establish a name, and it might even be that soon that we'll be able to share it with everyone. I'm running. I'm getting out of Dodge. Okay, looks like you can hear me. Jamie Fry responding. Yes, thank you, Jamie. And I'm getting out of Dodge. Oh, I wish I could hang out with you all day, Blaze. I'm heading over to Dimitri and Griffen. Thanks for sticking with me, everyone. Sitting up in their indoor bedroom. We're going to kind of keep on making our way over, looking for greener internet pastures. Well, I'm still going to walk down this hallway, and maybe I'll see Henry and Haley cuddled up somewhere. And if not, we will just kind of keep on strolling here. I'm kind of thinking to myself who we saw last night and how we can kind of divvy up our time with some different kitties. Of course, saw these two featured in a reel the other night. They have nice little above ground pools. Also makes it a little bit easier as Dimitri and Griffen, believe it or not, are getting a little longer in the tooth, and helps them make sure that they're able to easily access their pool too, and it's not too high of one of the above ground pools. Well, I don't see those with them, but still glad that they're doing their own thing and cozying up and looking. This is Henry and Haley's house. Also looking over for a couple of concealed bobcats here. Ooh. Walk down and see if I can catch Shazam. Maybe he's enjoying his morning today. But regardless, happy Friday if you're just tuning in, everyone. And it really is a beautiful day, as you can see here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Maybe you're unfamiliar with who we are and what we do at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Well, we are a forever home for rescued wildcats in need, and you're watching along with a awesome group of wonderful supporters who do so much for the 140 plus rescues here. And there's always tons of different ways to help the cats, and especially right now we actually have a matching fundraiser that's happening, and giving gifts towards a major project that's happening right now. Catio Town, a gift of $250, not only grants you an honorary square foot and a sweet and adorable thank you card made by one of our media interns, Timo. No Shazam either. I'm really getting beat up today. But also it's matched. So that $250 becoming $500 essentially. And of course, always thankful for your guys' support and knowing that this is a project that we've had on our minds for a while. We talk about the small cat crisis here on a daily basis at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and to see this project coming into fruition and know that you all are just as galvanized and excited as we are about it, it's something special. We've got a little bit of a lion yin and yang going on here. Lion Leo, Lioness Mansa, rescued sibling pair. These two came all the way from Argentina our first large-scale international rescue. Sun Sleepies is right, Chrissy P. Catch up on some comments. I was doing a lot of walking there. Patricia A saying, good morning, Judson. Hey, Patricia. Happy Friday. And thank you for that, Jill. Big chuffs to Dimitri and Griffen. I will send them their way. I'm sure those two rascals will be out knocking around once they've had a cat nap inside. Oh, wow. Wow. So, one of the awesome things about the Wildcat Sanctuary is so many of our rescues have unique vocalizations. Tigers chuff, lions roar and do that long carol. Well, leopards do something called sawing. And, I don't think that I've been able to thoroughly, even on, the phones or my camera, catch sawing. And I know that Shadow, one of our other rescued black leopards, she kind of wears the sawing pants, if you will. I hear her vocalizing and doing the sawing the most. But I hope you all heard that. That was Shazam kind of announcing his presence, exiting his indoor bedroom into his free-roaming habitat here with a leopard saw. So that was pretty darn cool. I really hope that phone caught it. Wow, that's so awesome, everyone. A leopard saw from Black Leopard Shazam. Brie MacArthur, that was a leopard saw. Exactly. Leopard sawing, says Daria. Yay. I'm so glad. Andrea, is that Shazam sawing? We heard it. Yay. Yes, it was. How cool is that? Chrissy P. Shazam. Yeah, he says, I'm feeling a little talkative this morning. It's summer. My grass is green. They'll be doing a little mowing in here in no time. But boy, oh boy, that was pretty special, handsome. Yeah. Barbara Stockley asking, how old is he now? Well, Shazam is one of our oldest rescued residents. Shazam and Shadow competing for the oldest rescue here. Shadow is the older at 22 and Shazam at 21. So Shazam's finally legal. Man, that was so cool. A leopard sawing. I just think that's so awesome. I'm glad everyone was able to hear it too. And Shazam just has such a marvelous habitat. Speaking of leopards and how they're unique and they're sawing, and they're unique obviously in so many ways and different than the other rescued wildcats here, and that, certainly they love climbing. And here, Shazam gets what I like. I always like making the joke. If Shazam wanted to play the old playground game that we all played, no matter how old you are, don't touch the ground, it's lava. Shazam could pretty much do that across his entire habitat. He can pick up on the skywalk right behind you here, and doop, bloop, bloop. He can putz all the way across to the front of his habitat and make a pit stop at at least two perches and kind of hangout spots for him. So a cat like Shazam, his life is made so sweet thanks to supporters like you. It's one of the many awesome things that you do for our rescues here is give them the type of space that they deserve and the type of space that a species like them, despite them living a life in captivity, like I said, deserves. How come these mosquitoes, Shazam, won't leave me alone? I even put on a little bug spray. Maria P. asking, how are Kitu, Levani, and Aaron? Well, those three cheetahs are doing well. I was actually kind of coming out here to do my live post and saw Alyssa and the caretakers doing some feeding with those boys. We know that Kitu and Levani are geriatric cheetahs. And, they've been having plenty of good days. We know that Tammy sometimes speaks of some of their down days where maybe they're a little slow and kind of the cycle of if they don't want to come up for their meds, then they're not getting their meds, and then they start not feeling well. But to that point is the boys have been taking their meds regularly, and have been enjoying the warmer weather as well. So Kitu and Lavani doing well, but knowing they're some of our geriatric cats and that they are in our comfort care program, I'm glad that you ask about them, because just like you, we monitor them on a day-by-day basis to ensure their quality of life and their happiness. And Erin, still as much as a spitfire as we all left her, she is always a cheetah handful, and I love it. She will usually and I'm sure Timo and Joe, the media interns, can attest to this, she'll usually let you get about 2 or 3 photos before she heads out and continues doing her own thing. And Maria, I hope we see them soon as well. It's the oddest thing. The internet is always so persnickety over there. I have the hardest time sometimes. And some days it's good, some days it's bad. It just kind of depends on which side of the bed it wakes up on. And look at that, Jim Brill. That's right. Look who you just tuned into. Joe Cool, the one, the only, Shazam the Tiger. Shazam the Black Leopard. Oh my gosh, I'm on autopilot here. Shazam. And Daria, I'm really glad that you pointed that out too, that today is Endangered Species Day. We had posted earlier today highlighting some of the endangered species that we offer sanctuary to. And that's certainly a day that we want to acknowledge and celebrate, as we hope to one day focus our efforts, once we've solved the captive wildlife crisis, to help populations and conservation efforts for these wildcats in the wild, where they belong. So thanks for bringing that up, Daria. I appreciate that. Shamalam, says Julie Neville. Shamalam. Shim Sham. Shamalama Ding Dong. Shazam's just ripe for nicknames, isn't he? And we're gonna let that guy continue to keep on enjoying his Friday afternoon. I think I'm gonna make my way around the corner, maybe say hi to Daisy, because I think we missed out her on the live last night. But I think we're reaching a good conclusion. Like lazy cats, and rightfully so. The weather is just gorgeous today. Freshly green grass, light breeze. It's only going to get up into the 70s if I'm not mistaken. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Susan Fryman exclaiming, hello! Hey, Susan. Glad to have you with us. Jamie Fry was just going to ask about Daisy. Well, speak of the devil, we're heading over there. And these dandelions, enjoy it while you're around. Bobby, one of our facilities person, is out and about on the riding lawnmower, ready to get rid of the wicked weeds that love popping up throughout the summer months here in Minnesota. It's an ongoing battle. So obviously we're not treating any types of weeds or anything like that in our habitats as well. It's worth acknowledging that. Just trimming back. We certainly have a list of toxic plant species that when we are in habitats, we're making sure to keep an eye out for them and removing them, but never using any weed killer or anything like that. Alrighty. I think we're going to get a bona fide Daisy Tiger stock here as well, folks. Oh, as long as I beat this UTV here, they might be coming over here to feed. Perhaps we can do an extended live if they are. Uh-oh. They drove past, Daisy. They drove past. He says, well, darn it. Let's see, here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Love my crazy Daisy. Isn't that just the best name? Affectionately, Daisy, as always, you are You know, just a little kooky in all the right ways, and we love you for it. Get those tiger flashes on the back of her ears. I'm gonna make my way over and see if I can get a look at her mug a little better. Pretty lady. Hey! Oh, howdy. We'll see if we'll get a stock, Liz. I think she's still curious about what the UTV circling the area is up to. I think they were just maybe doing some water checks or who knows what. Hello, sweet Daisy, says Maria P. Late to the party, says Kathy at the Rock, but hello all. And Kathy, that's a unique kind of name you have there, at the Rock. I always like referring to sandstone as the Rock. Whenever I'm maybe up at work and I have friends in Minneapolis asking where I am, I tell them I'm on the Rock. So every time I see Kathy at the Rock, that's what I think about. And Liz Green, I think we did get faked out. Oh my, but I'm also seeing that back end stand up a little bit. And fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, Daisy, shame on... Well, rather, I think I misspoke on that phrase. We'll just let a sleeping dog lie. Whoa, holy stocking. Wow. Yeah, she says, and I do my little bit of spins here. Yes. And Daisy, we love her so, but we also know that just as much as we love Daisy, we know she's one of our special needs cats, technically. Daisy coming to us with some mobility issues and having some remaining neurological issues. What that just means, we specialize the type of care we offer a cat like Daisy, even though you might not think that a wildcat could be special needs. A young, healthy wildcat like Daisy, but that is the case. That was a big talk to me. That was a big little chatty, a little more chattier than I'm used to hearing a pretty girl like you. 50 stars, Susan Casano, thank you for that. Sharon Comro, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, sandstone is full of rocks. When we come up to the hunting land, we always work a little, and there are always rocks to be moved and dug up. There are. Whenever we're doing construction, I'm always blown away by the amount of boulders that are underground. It's very cool. And obviously, too, sandstone being named sandstone for a reason. It has a large amount of sandstone. There used to be a big quarry, maybe not a quarry here in town, but they would ship some of the sandstone out right here from downtown Sandstone. Carrie Miller saying, I love her chuffs, but also that little happy hog noise she makes when she gets a visit from you. I know, I loved that little vocalization. It was the happy hog. I like that, Daisy. I saw a tigress, Indy. I think maybe we can go and get ourselves a tiger grass roll from that lovely gal, and then we will conclude our live post. But Daisy's pool filled to the brim as well. I'm sure she'll be taking advantage of it later today, but looks like it's shade time for now. Alrighty. We're just going to make a left turn and check in with Miss Indy here. Okie dokie. Let's see. And speaking of getting stalked, I'm sure that will be happening momentarily. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go to the other side because I see Alyssa as well. So we'll kind of get a 2-for-1 here. Okie dokie. All right, thanks for being patient. Everyone, definitely getting my steps in today. I'm coming down here, Miss Alyssa, if that's okay. Hello, pretty lady. She says, hello. Why, happy Friday to a marvelous, gorgeous, magnificent lilager Alyssa. As always, you take our collective breath away with your beauty. And Indy says, well, if she takes your breath away, what do I do? Thank you for those chuffs. Look at this summer coat. Looking sleek. Not only summer coat looking, Indy, but a little more adult coat looking. And just as I was talking about how red color you are, well, you were more red when you arrived and were younger, but you're looking a little bit more of that kind of bleached color like we were talking about. Happy Friday, she says. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, brother. Yes. I bet that's so nice. Alyssa, I'm sure you love having these two polite tigresses on either side of you. That's good company for a cat like you. Oh, Daria, listen, Indy, my beautiful girls, you've been re-sponsored. Oh, Daria, awesome, awesome, awesome. You are an angel to so many of these cats, and an angel to the Wildcat Sanctuary at large. So thank you for that, Daria. What are you thinking? She says, I hear that big truck up there, and I'll tell you what, I've been watching the construction down here in Sushi's habitat, and I'll tell you what, I think I've earned my right to be TWS foreman here, Yeah, you think you're the 4 Tiger? And that you know how everything should be built? That's what you're thinking. She says, I watched them build this habitat. I know exactly how construction works from top to bottom. Well, sweet, everyone. I really had a pleasant sanctuary stroll today. Let's see if I can get a better glimpse of Indy here. Started out with Noah, hanging out poolside. Circled around, saw Elizabeth, a little bit of Blaze before that darn internet got the best of me. Hoping to see Dimitri and Griffen, but we'll catch them next week in their new habitat. Hoping to get a sponsor update to Tarek and Paulina's sponsors as well about their cat move. And we'll be hopefully seeing them next week too. Making sure I'm not missing any more comments, but I think we got it. Everyone. And Torben, rounding it off with 800 stars to your beloved sponsor child, Indy. And of course, Daisy, who we saw earlier, and the one and only Anastasia. Torben, you rock. Thank you for those stars, and a bigger thanks for all that support for that wonderful group of cats. Okie dokie, everyone. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. We certainly will. Here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, a busy one at that, as I was describing earlier. Looking forward to talking more Catio Town over the weekend on our social media pages, and certainly highlighting more of that campaign next week. But perhaps you've been living under a proverbial rock. I'm going to urge you to go to our website, read about the Catio Town campaign, read about how you can get involved, and consider doing so. It's a big project with a lot of heavy lifting that we're looking for your support on, and we appreciate your consideration. So have a wonderful rest of your Friday, everyone, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on Monday. See ya.